One of my challenges is to train them where they're not challenged when they come out. Just because you've been in prison, you don't have to act like you've been in prison.
Every week, we hit the road to tell the stories of the people, places, and events that make Hunt County great. These are our friends and our neighbors telling their own stories in their own words. Stories worth knowing and sharing. These are the stories that make us proud to call this place home. And around every corner, we find something else that makes us want to celebrate Hunt County. This program would not be possible without the support of our generous sponsors. Thank you.
Prison ministry have always been on our heart. I always felt like, what will I say to these guys? Because I'm out in the free and they're behind bars. My wife and I was talking one day and we were saying, man, it'd be neat to have a 501c3. A few months after that, a friend of ours came over and he asked a question. He said, have y'all ever thought about having a 501c3? We want to give you ours. We want to turn it over to you. I went to prison for 3 years. I called it my timeout. That God loved me so much and he chased me to put me in a timeout to sit down and listen. Legally, I shouldn't have been in prison, but spiritually, I was running. And while I was there in prison, I learned to play the guitar, learned to play the piano. I have written over 7,000 songs. Everything that happened in prison, I can see that it is for a time such as this, what I do now. I try to encourage people to keep their heads up. Whatever happens in life, never let anybody ever take your joy or never take your smile away. We meet the chaplains at the gate and go in there, taking blue jeans, Bibles, shirts to a men prisons there. When we get everything ready at the house, we go through all the Bibles. We make sure we put a stamp in there where if anybody want to write, they have someone to write to and contact. There's a lot of people in prison, they try to figure out how they got there. Even when they're doing drugs, that high take them to something else, or taking them to something else, taking them to something else. When they get to prison and they sober up, they try to figure out how did they get there. One of my challenges is to train them where they're not challenged when they come out. Just because you've been in prison, you don't have to act like you've been in prison. An inmate comes out with the chaplain to get the books and stuff like that, so we get a chance to visit with that inmate. And so we just let them know, hey, you're special. And just because you have a title of a felon, you don't let man dictate who you are. You don't have to walk around with that title. You hold your head up, you keep moving forward. You look to what God has for you. Because if we walk around looking at our past, we would never go into the future. Most thing I find rewarding is making people feel special and that no one should feel forgotten. And one of the biggest things that stays on my heart is, what if God would have forgotten about us? Jesus would have never came. So God reached out to us. We are to reach out to others. And we are representatives of Christ. And to a lot of people, we're the only Bible that others get a chance to read. Whatever you do, keep moving. Even during COVID-19, keep moving. Don't let that fear sink in and you stop. Because I think when we stop and just become hopeless, that's when we disappear. I am David Stevenson, and I celebrate Hunt County.
If you liked this story, help us celebrate by sharing it with your friends and family. Our stories appear on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and cable TV on Juice 34. You can also find us online at celebratehuntcounty.com. If you'd like to suggest someone to feature in our program, email your idea to stories@celebratehuntcounty.com. We also want to thank our sponsors for making our storytelling possible. We hope you'll support the hometown businesses that keep Hunt County strong.
Family is very important to us, and that's why we wanted to bring family to our business.
We tell folks that at Home Texas Real Estate, we work as a team and we're all working together to try to sell your house, or we're all working together to help you find the right one that you want to buy.
With At Home Texas Real Estate, it's our family helping your family.